CreepshowArt is back! Is she, though? Shorter video today because people have been spreading around something that I personally find to be a little ridiculous, so I'm going to explain exactly why that is. To start things off, CreepshowArt. I'm sure a lot of us are aware of who she is. For those who aren't, CreepshowArt, otherwise known as Shannon, was an art commentary channel with around 250,000 subscribers. Her content ranged from personal storytime videos to rambling about her opinion on current social issues, which could include things like someone being predatory of their audience, creators scamming their fans, the exploitation of child creators on social media, art thieves, and more. I'm currently speaking about her in the past tense because during the last few months, she was outed for being not quite as nice as she tried to portray herself in videos. To summarize as best as I can for context here, she was accused of going into a gossip site called lolcow forum and basically talking badly behind the backs of creators whom she was publicly supporting. This later escalated when a creator named Emily Artful accused Shannon of stalking and harassing her for upwards of a decade, and then using the story of what Shannon was doing to Emily to make up her own story where Shannon claimed that she was being stalked by someone named Amy. When these accusations came out and before Emily Artful's video dropped, Shannon posted on her Instagram and community tab claiming that her stalker Amy was behind the lolcow forum stuff and was trying to ruin her image. She also stated that she would be looking into things legally and would be working behind the scenes to clear her name and that people should publicly disavow her in the meantime, but then also stated that she felt bad that people were now publicly looking at her badly, as if that isn't what would happen if people publicly disavowed her based on what was out at the time, but whatever. She dipped off the internet and that's been it for a while. I know I'm going over all of this a little fast and I'm sorry for that, but it's honestly barely even necessary because we're not really talking about anything that Shannon's done today. No, instead, I've become annoyed with drama and tea channels. Oh, what a shock. Since Shannon's departure, the tea channels have basically been eating their own tails, desperate for something to happen so that they can make a video about it, because that's how their content works. Recently, one of the things I've been seeing pop up in these videos is CreepshowArt is back, with them then citing a Twitter account called @CreepshowArts. I'm gonna tell you right now that I don't think that this is Shannon, and I'm gonna show you why I think that. I scrolled through the tweets and replies for this account. It took me all of 5 minutes at the time to determine that this was not Shannon. Firstly, the account flagrantly refuses to prove that they are Shannon when asked. They have been asked this multiple times because obviously, to which their response is usually, maybe, which is probably just to keep people strung along. Secondly, as of August 1st, they posted this tweet in response to Emily Artful claiming that Shannon never deleted any videos off of her channel when she vanished offline. This is factually false. You can see it on Shannon's social blade. People have since figured out what these videos were, those being finding out I'm a narcissist, my ex-boyfriend found my YouTube channel, RuPaul stole my idea, and possibly someone impersonated me on Discord. I say possibly on that last one just because I'm not sure and I'm too tired to be arsed. I don't think Shannon's dumb enough to outright deny deleting videos that we can all publicly see that she deleted, especially if she's trying to return. There was also this hilarious interaction where someone pointed out that the account doesn't even talk like CreepshowArt, so they then threw out the my dude thing that's been brought up as a part of Shannon's speech patterns in videos up until this point. But the exact thing that cemented to me that this was probably not Shannon was this interaction.
I am no rat. You'd think after the Peaches drama people would show some extra precaution when it comes to screenshots, but apparently not. Where's that receipt video, by the way? Nowhere.
Weren't you involved and the cause of that drama?
Yes, and I admit I jumped the gun myself because of it. It should have been a precautionary tale all around.
Shannon didn't lose access to her YouTube account, she just chose to leave it. So if this was her, she'd be outright admitting that she contributed to the unjust harassment and scrutiny that Hopeless Peaches had to deal with, and yet those videos are still up. Despite, you know, her having removed all of those other videos that made her look bad right before she left. So we have two options here. One, this is Shannon, for some reason, and despite acknowledging that her videos contributed to the disinformation campaign against Peaches at the time, those videos are still up, meaning that Shannon would be aware that these are misinformed, bad videos that negatively affected the mental health of someone she claimed she viewed as a sister, and she's chosen to do nothing about it. Instead, she uses it as an example of people believing bad evidence at face value when trying to clear her own name. Yet she chooses to keep that bad evidence and her in-video promoting of it up. Sure. If this were the case, it basically demonstrates that Shannon's proselytizing of this don't believe bad evidence opinion is surface level and only goes as far as it needs to help her own case. She still isn't acting upon what she's promoting. She wants people to question the claims and evidence in this situation because it's directly affecting her, but she still isn't offering that benefit of the doubt to others, even in cases where she was directly proven wrong and can admit that she was proven wrong. So if this is Shannon, she hasn't learned a goddamn thing, and she's still a selfish, hypocritical prick who's only concerned with helping herself. Option 2 is that this isn't Shannon at all, which I think is far more likely. It doesn't take a genius to figure out that tea and drama channels go nuts whenever an account claiming to be Shannon pops up, and that plays really well for someone who just wants either to get attention or stir the pot. They don't even have to prove that they're Shannon for these channels to report on it as though it's a real possibility. I guess so long as we just pretend like this isn't the internet and people don't pretend to be things they're not for the sake of clout all the time. It's almost like that was kinda why Shannon was called out in the first place. Duh. It sucks that Shannon dipped and removed herself as the subject against which people could throw their frustrations, so nobody in the situation really gets the closure they were probably wanting, but that doesn't mean we all need to suddenly become the most gullible guppies in the lake. Come on. Anywho, that's it. Like I said, short video. I was just getting annoyed with T channels treating anything that gets thrown out into the ether about Shannon as though it's fact. It's not like this is the first time they've done that either, not even just in this situation, but this just happened to be one of those instances where it was so blatantly obvious that this was fishy and no one was acknowledging it. Plus I got a message about it on Twitter. So here I am, acknowledging it. Hey, but that tweet at least helped me pick the artwork to use here. No fan art feature today. This video script is like 3 pages long and I have to go record stuff for a different video. Drink water, and if you haven't already eaten today, do so. Toodles!